What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jello, the Casual Card Gamer, and you are watching Casual Card News. Thank you so much for clicking the video button. And while you're at it, before we start, make sure to hit subscribe and like if you haven't already. And yeah, let's begin, shall we? So, sadly, nothing new yet for any Yu-Gi-Oh news, at least anything that I've seen so far. So everything, like yesterday, is going to be just about Vanguard. And yeah, I don't want to take too long, so let's get straight into it. So first things first, outside of the card game, the overdress series is getting a new key visual. So this is from the official Vanguard Twitter page. They'll be showcasing the new key visual for Vanguard overdress. The broadcast starts at 4:30 p.m. April 2nd, so make sure to check your calendars. I know I will be watching the replay because I have no idea what I'll be doing April 2nd at 4:30 p.m. But yeah, all we get is this one graphic here. We have Yu in his cross-dressing outfit, and we also have, I forgot his name, but our main character Boys, who uses the dark states. So yeah, that's it. I'm super excited for this. Let me know, guys, down in the comments if you guys are excited for the new anime, because one of the nice things about the anime of Vanguard that I've stated so many times is that each episode that there's a game, it's basically a commercial for whatever new product is coming out. So once this starts rolling, I'm sure we're going to start getting a lot of new product for overdress, and that makes me super excited. Anyway, moving on to the actual meat of the video, we have the new start deck 5 reveals. So the new start deck is for Brandt Gate. So what happens to Stargate after the time skip on the planet Cray? So let's check this out, shall we? We had the main drop this morning, and then just now, or just like probably an hour ago, there was a new reveal that further supports this deck. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So the first card that we're going to look at is what I see to be the main mechanic of this deck, which is the imprison mechanic. But we'll look into the card first. Okay, so this is the Galaxy Central Prison Galactus. So after said order is played, put it into your order zone. So basically, this is really reminiscent of a... Let me just refresh this page real quick. So this is really reminiscent of field spells in Yu-Gi-Oh, because this stays on the field and becomes the main sort of source of plays for this start deck, or at least this is their main interaction outside of just attacking things, at least from what I can understand here. So its abilities are rest one of your units to play this card, so that's the cost to play it, and auto when this card is put into the order zone, soul charge 3. So it gives you some pretty quick resources to use. And its other ability is split into 2 different parts, and this is what I think makes the deck really interesting and very inhibitive, to say the least, with other decks. And it reminds me of Link Joker a lot, because even though you're not locking things per se, you're kind of locking them up. Oh man. Anyway, so the ability is here, continuous from the order zone. When your opponent can normal call a rear guard, they can perform one of the following: Soul Blast 1. If they do, they can choose one of their imprisoned cards and call it to the rear guard circle, and Counter Blast 1. If they do, they choose 2 of their imprisoned cards to call them to the rear guard circle. So the main sort of interaction that I see this whole start deck doing is to make your opponent use up resources before they can actually use them for their own plays, and this will be super interesting to watch, especially in the infancy of overdress, especially right now, because we don't have any sort of knowledge on what'll be coming out in I don't know what they're going to call it, but the BT1 of this format. So right now this is looking very, very inhibitive, because from what I've seen, at least from other cards that we've seen so far, it is pretty resource heavy, and unless you're playing Violence Bruce, you don't have much leeway in terms of being able to refresh your resources outside of healing damage taken or riding over and over and over again, which will become more of a normal thing moving forward because of the persona ride feature. But the fact that your opponent has to pay resources to get their units back onto the field, or onto the field period, makes this deck super interesting. And I do remember talking to my friend back in the Philippines, and he said that Brandt was going to be one of those nations that really does test, the boomers of Vanguard. So it's definitely testing my patience right now. Anyway, let's move into the explanation of this mechanic. So, new skill, Prison and Imprison. Imprison your opponent's cards in the set order Prison, Galaxy Central, Prison, Galactus in your order zone. Opponents can call out imprisoned cards from the prison by paying the cost. So whatever the cost is here, so the cost is either Soul Blast 1 to call 1 or Counter Blast 1 to call 2. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The fact that it's an order card and this is in the start deck leads me to believe that we might get more prison cards in the future, and hopefully they aren't broken and annoying as hell, but right now it's looking pretty good. And yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. My only question here is actually, you know what? I don't have any questions. So let's move on to the rest of the cards that were revealed today, the actual units that we'll be getting in the deck. All right, so the first card that we'll be looking at, the first actual unit that we'll be looking at, is Aurora Battle Princess, Seraph Snow. So yeah, this is Miss Backpack Shooter and Giant Handcuffs Lady. Take me now. But her first ability is during your turn, if one or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets plus 10,000 power, and if there are 3 or more cards imprisoned instead, this unit gets plus 1 drive on top of that. So far this is looking like the most interesting grade 3, I have to say right now, because I liked Bruce. Bastion seems pretty good too. Magnolia up until this point was sort of the one I was looking at the most, but now that this has come out, I'm probably gonna I'm getting them all, so yeah, I'm gonna try them all out, but the one I'll probably try to move forward with the most is Miss Seraph Snow, because I used to play a lot of Nova Grapplers, and I played Blink Joker for a little bit, and yeah, I love Stargate just because of their just because of their aesthetic, really. And this is sort of keeping up the tradition of having those really interesting skills that I like. And yeah, so that's her first ability, and I believe her second ability is let's see, act once per turn on the Vanguard or rear guard, counterblast 1, choose 2 of your opponent's rear guards and imprison them in your prison. This is literally girl power right here. But yeah, this is really good. She sets herself up. And yeah, it'll be so easy to get this plus this extra drive check off of the rest of the cards that are going to be that have been revealed. So let's just keep looking, shall we? So next we have Aurora Battle Princess Risat Pink. So this is the grade 2. So when this unit is placed on the Vanguard, if your opponent chooses a card from their hand and imprisons it in your prison. So you just rip things out of your opponent's hand. This deck is disgusting. I love it. And her other ability is if one or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets plus 2,000. Now, the one thing that would have made this pretty broken is if it was an auto, and then it got plus 2,000 for every card that gets imprisoned. But I think that'd be too much for a start deck card. I mean, that's so good. Oh man, but anyway, yeah, there isn't much to add on to that. So next we have Aurora Battle Princess Kyanite Buru. So her first ability is auto. When this is placed on the Vanguard, search your deck for up to one prison card, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. So now I don't know the exact ratio of how many orders you want to play in this, but you're basically, if you're running a playset of both, then you are essentially running almost an eighth of your deck, almost a 1/5 of your deck as prison search. So, and now the thing that piques my interest here is that the wording is search your deck for up to one prison card instead of specifically naming, where is it, Galactus. So off of that logic, yeah, there will be different prison cards that are coming, that'll come out, and I'm super excited to see what they do. So yeah, so reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then its second ability is auto. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if one or more of your opponent's rearguards are imprisoned in your prison, then cost counterblast 1, soul blast 1, and draw a card. So you get hand advantage. Yeah, it's hand advantage, and you search the card that makes the deck run. So you're automatically, you without a doubt are making sure that this works. And I think that's really, really, really good. And she reminds me of, I forgot her name, but from Persona 4. Yeah. Anyway, just a very slight tangent. And for the new card that was revealed earlier this evening, its name is Alert Guard Gunner. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards and imprison them in your prison. So, oh my god. So it is a grade 3. This does look like it's going to be the second grade 3 in the start deck. Personally, I hope that it comes in 4. I haven't looked at the set list and the ratios yet, so I'm not 100% sure. But this card puts a lot of on-hit pressure on your opponent, especially if they like to field spam, like a Magnolia deck, or let's see what else does it right now. Well, most of the decks will have to full field to be effective. So the Dark States deck, the Violence Bruce deck, which is the Dark States deck, and some other things. So this adds a lot of on-hit pressure. You just swing with this first. Then if it doesn't hit, then your opponent use resources. If it does hit, then bada bing, bada boom, you have 3 drive checks, which is mwah. But anyway, so the last thing that I wanted to address here is just some Q&A for the prison. So if there's only one Galaxy Central Prison Galactus in the order zone, can I place one card from my opponent? Can I place only one card from my opponent? No, you can imprison as many cards as you want. Put them in jail. Just don't even think twice. Just shove them all in there as much as you can. When calling from prison, can I Soul Blast twice? Subsequently, can I Counterblast twice? Yes, you can. You can use all multiple times in prison as long as you're able to pay the cost. So yeah, there is no once per turn clause on Galactus, which would honestly make it really, really dumb. Like it would be like early days of lock levels of dumb. I mean, like locking wasn't horrible. It's just I have a lot of personal animosity to it because against it, just because of my past. But anyway, yeah. So you can use up as many resources as you want trying to get things out. And next we have, if I call from prison, can I call regardless of the current grade of the Vanguard? Yes, you can. So calling from the prison is treated as a superior call, therefore you can call regardless of your Vanguard's grade. And then after calling from the prison, can I use the ability of the called unit when placed? Yes, you can. So yeah, it doesn't really change anything as long as it's placed, right? I think the only time that it wouldn't work is if, well, there aren't any cards yet in the format, but cards that say when placed from hand or from deck. Yeah. So I don't think those would work, but as long as you meet the requirements, basically, you should be a-okay. And then last page we have, can I place multiple set order in the order zone? Yes, you can. Even with a set order in the zone, you can still play set orders. I mean, yeah. What else are you gonna do with them? If Virina in overdress state is imprisoned, does it move to the prison together with Trickstar? Yes, it does move with the original dress. Oh, okay. When it moves to the order zone, the overdress state will be removed, and Trickstar and Virina will be imprisoned as separate copies. Oh, okay. So that's interesting, because this sort of opens up avenues to potentially be able to fill up your field easier, because you would be able to get 2 units out back, but of course it would cost more unless you're counterblasting, which, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to counterblast to get my stuff out. Well, whatever. I mean, we'll just have to see where this goes. Oh my gosh, can you guys imagine mirror matches with this deck? Like, everybody will just be in jail. And so before we go, don't forget to tell me what start deck you think is the most promising coming into just right now, because as of yesterday, as of this video, today, as of recording, we have seen all 5 boss units of all 5 start decks. So yeah, which one do you think right now has the highest chances of beginning some sort of meta game? Because right now I'm personally, it really depends on what the rest of the it really does depend on the rest of the spoilers coming out, and I'm pretty sure we'll be getting them daily up until release, just because we have 2 months and still a bunch of cards to go before the set comes out, plus BT1 or overdress BT1, which they haven't spoiled yet at all. So I'm super excited for that. And if I had to choose a deck right now that looks really fun to play, I'm gonna just choose this, because as much as I want to go with my my Dark State boys, or whoever I said that I was going to try last time, this looks so fun, and I can't wait to get other builds with, hopefully, maybe they'll introduce Blau back somehow, I don't know. But yeah, I'm super excited for this start deck in particular, and I'm so glad that the English release for all 5 of these start decks are coming out on the same day. So anyway, that is everything for today. Thank you so much for listening. I am Jello, the casual card gamer. Take care.